Hello. Um, I woke up about a hour or so ago, maybe like an hour and 30 minutes, and I got on YouTube, and there's this one video that kept like popping up. And typically, I understand sometimes it's just like how YouTube works, but it was this video of Dochi. Um, the title was "Core Values. What do you really give a fuck about?" And based off the title alone, I'm not gonna lie, that's not something that I feel like would have an impact on anything that I'm going on, not going on, anything that I'm like going through right now. But I was like, let me watch it because it keep popping up. So I'm watching it. Oh my gosh. And it's like I just heard her like, yes, like what the fuck. Basically the video was talking about um expectations, and she was saying how she always believes that she's going down a good path until she kind of views her work from the expectations of other people. So then with the expectations of other people comes like rushing because people expect things done at a certain time and all this extra shit. And I resonated with it so well, so well, so well. I feel like maybe that's why I'm in the period that I'm in right now, because there's just a lot of like expectations, especially when it comes to time and stuff. I've always been moving at a not consistent, but at a structured pace with everything that I've always had to do. And I'm starting to think that time is actually something that's very important within my life. Because when I think about it, I think about how I've always had these structured, you know, expectations concerning time. But when it came to like dealing with time on my own, it was almost as if I didn't know how to respect other people's time. But that was like a taught thing for me. Like, you know, we always pulling up late to the functions. And I know it's like a CPT type of thing, but like no, we always pulling up late to the functions. Like always. Every function we pulling up late to the functions. Like that's how I was taught. And I kind of had to, you know, break away from that in college, because you realize how rude it is when it's not on your, well, when it's on your account. You realize how rude it is. You realize how much of whatever's going on that you miss out on. You realize that sometimes people are like, they have certain expectations of you. So I get it there. I get it. But I think I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum right now. I'm not on anybody's time. It's just my time. But it's like people are expecting certain things out of me. And I don't know. I feel like that was the whole reason for me being kind of irritated about having to come back home after college any fucking ways, because I'm thinking like my life is over. Like my life is over. And now I just have to go home and work, and I'm gonna be working for the rest of my life. I don't even know if I want to do the shit that I said I was gonna do. So like I'm just a failure. Like I was telling you, all my thoughts literally went to that. And um I had a whole like almost year, almost a year. I was alone for a long, long time. But it was almost a year. I had a whole moment or period of like trying to get those thoughts out of my head so that I could be able to move forward and progress forward. I had a whole period or era, if you will, where I was just trying to calm myself down and purposely, low key, trying to place myself in the quote unquote worst case scenario in my head so that I could be able to see it's not what you think it is. And if it is what you think it is, there's like things that could come from this. So I think I'm at a period of just understanding myself a lot more and understanding why I do half the shit that I do, because I do put myself in like, especially when I find myself being scared or worrying about something, I see myself like intentionally, unconsciously, but intentionally placing myself in certain predicament so that I can see it's really not as bad as you think it is. It's like my body just knows what to do when my mind be tripping. Thank God for that. But yeah, she was talking about the expectations of time or the expectations of other people, period. And I was just on the phone with my best friend. I think it was like 2 days ago. I think it don't matter the time, but I think it was like 2 days ago. We was on the phone and it was like a little catch up. And I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of just living now because I feel like I've been pretty much doing everything that has been expected of me. So all this going to school, like, I mean, yeah, a child is supposed to go to school, but like even the college shit, getting the degree, graduating in 4 years, like making sure that I do everything that's expected of me, opposed to like fucking some shit up, which would be like maybe I guess slacking for 1 year and then having to stay for a whole another year. Just having all these expectations. Well, making sure that I meet all these expectations. And I'm at a point now where I did everything that everybody wanted me to do. Everybody get the fuck out my face and shut the fuck up talking to me. That's what I feel like right now. That is literally what I feel like right now. I did everything everybody ever wanted me to fucking do. Leave me alone. That's what the fuck I feel like now. And now I think I'm at the point where I'm kind of I'm at my wits end with it for sure. But I'm trying to see what it is that I want to gravitate to, like what it is that I want to live by. And that's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Started from scratch, and this has been like the topic of all my videos, really. All the shit that I've ever just went through and like talked about it on YouTube. This is like the main point behind a lot of my videos, but it's like I'm getting to a more detailed point of it now. Thank God that I'm starting to understand, because it's like something else she was talking about was, what do you crave, as an individual, not based off of what everybody else is expecting of you. What's your values, your core values behind it. And I was saying I just want understanding. Like all my life I've just wanted understanding, whether that be with trying to understand why a certain person is acting a certain way, or trying to understand why my life had to be constructed a certain way, or just trying to understand why the fuck does 1 + 1 = 2. Shit like that, just trying to understand. All my life I've just wanted to understand, break it down for me so I can get it. If you want me to walk with you, baby, break it down so we can walk together. Just break it down. That's all that's really how I just live my life, period. But I was at a point where it was like, in order for me to understand, I would probably have to have like some time go by for me to be able to reflect on what's going on and see certain patterns, or see certain under things, or see certain things, so that I could kind of picture or make a picture of what the fuck is going on. So I think that's why it was so hard for me at first. But like I'm at that point now where I could piece or start putting the puzzles together of what the hell is going on, how to go about it. You know, just building the foundation. Um, Something else I said was freedom. I've always, especially when it came to my family, I've always felt like I was stuck. I've always felt like I was stuck. Always felt like I was stuck. Even when I wasn't physically stuck, there were points where I felt mentally stuck, even spiritually stuck. But I believe I'm at a point now where I feel a lot more lucid. And with time and with more understanding, a bitch will be 100% free. I could bet my bottom dollar on that. But girl, yeah, that's that. But with those things that I crave are also things that I feel like it's not easily taken from me, but it's like those are still things I struggle with. Like when it comes to understanding, it wouldn't be the sake of me trying to understand things. And I'm realizing that maybe I try so hard to understand things because people don't always understand me. And that's very, very often. So I thought about how I like to trick people a lot. And I'm sorry. It's like a laughing, almost tearful type of thing for me. Yeah, I like to trick people a lot, and my reasoning behind that is, I guess, to get a reaction. I don't know. I wouldn't say to get a reaction. I feel like it's kind of making the best out of what it is that I go through because, generally people already don't understand me. So it's like, why not have some fun with it? But, how the fuck can I really just, I don't know, but I like to fuck with people a lot for the sake of, I guess, just trying to make light of my situation. I don't think I've ever really just got into the depths of it until I started writing about it, like today before I did the video. And I was like, damn, because I could feel myself feeling a way about it. But I was like, it makes sense that it would go like that because I know me, I know how I act. But it also makes me realize, like, how much more am I not not paying attention to, but how much more am I, how many more things are there that I'm just like unconsciously doing? But it's like there's reasoning behind it. I haven't, paid attention to the reasoning behind it just yet. But yeah. Then I also talk about, oh yeah, my freedom. I wouldn't even know where the fuck to start when it comes to that, because I feel like I'm a very freeing person, and I feel like I'm probably only freeing because of how much I know that people want to cage me in or box me in, and this is just in general. It's not just family. It would be like when I be in relationships and shit. Niggas don't like how free I get. People do not like how free I get, and that's not even saying free as in like disrespectful. It's just it's kind of why I hate relationships. I feel like um I'm typically drawn to people who want to make me behave a certain way opposed to just simply being myself because it's more digestible for them and their nervous system. And girl, I don't got time for it. But yeah, I feel like the most times I ever just simply feel free for real is when I'm around my friends because they are also freeing people. They're also people that don't give a fuck, and I love that. I fucking love that. Which is why there'll be a lot of times where if I am in a relationship and they feel some type of way about my friends, it's like, well, do you want to leave? Because I'm not letting go of my friends. Like, I'm not doing that. And they hate that shit too. But yeah, I said that irritation begins when I can sense someone trying to input on what I was going or on what I have going on. People feeling like they have, and sometimes I can't even fully get mad at that because I know sometimes niggas don't know what the fuck they doing. Niggas be knowing what they doing, but sometimes people genuinely can't catch it before they stop themselves. And that's if they even want to stop themselves, you know? So I feel like then that's just on me to be able to differentiate and depict what's happening within a certain conversation. I'm trying to not dissociate. I'm so sorry, but it's like ugh, it feels so good. Anyways, but yeah, me trying to make sure I'm aware of what's going on during conversations. And it's probably why I've come to a point where I would typically like to be in isolation. That's something else that I've been told. Like, I have to stop looking at certain things, I guess the things that I'm not used to right now, I have to stop looking at them as like things that are holding me back and find some type of lightment and enjoyment or something, some type of strength within it, because with that comes um just an easier way to build. I don't know how much further I could expand on that. I probably can't, but I understand it, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, my isolation, because I feel like I'm starting to realize the more, not the more, I'm starting to realize when it comes to talking to people, it's a lot. It is a lot, and I say that because of like it's such a simple thing. Like having a conversation is such a simple thing. But if you're not paying attention, like your whole energy, your whole mood, your whole life could shift by the end of that fucking conversation. So it's a matter of trying to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's when I'm around other people. I'm on my P's and Q's when I'm talking to other people, conversing with other people, making sure I'm not just taking in all the stuff that they're saying just because they're talking to me, making sure I'm weeding out the shit that don't make sense, weeding out the shit that don't apply to me, weeding out the shit that only applies to them and they're trying to put it on me. It's shit like that. So I have to be able to be aware of if I even want to actually hear what they have to say or if I'm just sitting here listening. And that kind of takes a toll on my body. It does. And I feel like that's really another reason why I kind of just don't want to be around people right now. As much as I want to go into the world and live, as much as I do, as much as I want to be involved again, as much as I want to really just be a part of a community, I think I would have to build a little bit more, maybe work a little bit more in order to not be equipped enough, but be able to sustain certain things with ease. I feel like I'm a little new to it because I'm just so used to talking to people, especially being in college. I'm so used to talking to people. So used to being around people, and I think it was much easier then because I was picky about the people that I had around me. So it was like the certain information I would get. I wouldn't have to. I didn't have to really just sit there and be aware all the time. It was like I could just let people be them. I could just let me be me. And yeah, but starting from scratch now, so it's like I just don't think I have the energy. Not a consistent energy for consecutive shit. I don't have it. But I also don't have to rush to find that. I also don't have to push to do certain shit because half the shit that's being expected of me is shit that I don't want to do any fucking ways. And I'm probably not going to do. I'm going to be so real, but it's just a matter of time before I just, make my mind up and see where it is I want to go, what it is I want to do, how I want to go about things. When is it that I want to go about taking action? I don't know, but yeah, she was just talking about how, well, she as in Dochi, I'm sorry. She was just talking about how she was moving at a good pace for herself, but she began to second guess herself when it came to what everybody else wanted out of her. And she was saying, I was able to build a certain audience or have a certain amount of people around me based off of what I have been doing, based off of what has been comfortable for me. Therefore, if I was to shift because of somebody else's expectations, it would fuck up the whole thing. And I think that's where I am right now. I didn't know I needed to hear that video, but I definitely needed to hear that because that is definitely where I'm at mentally. Like I feel like I'm doing good when I'm not focused on the expectations of other people or focused on what everybody else got to say. I genuinely feel like I'm happy. I genuinely feel like I'm doing good. Like I had somebody text me a couple of days ago asking like, "How have you been?" And it's crazy because I've been around this person, but yeah, she was like, how have you been? I'm just checking on you." And I thought about it. And I don't know why I was waiting for some type of like negative feeling or strain to pop up. But I was like, I'm actually doing good. Like, I don't have nothing to complain about. Like, I'm literally doing good. I'm actually doing good. And I think that was part of what made me realize. Well, this is something I pretty much always realized, but it kind of confirmed the fact that I have just been living in the expectations of other people. And now that I'm beginning to find a pace that works for me, I'm beginning to find some type of movement or just life that's full of contentment for me. I feel good. I feel great. And I can genuinely say that and not be lying. Like, I genuinely feel good. Then I'm starting to also question the other shit that I've ever said I felt, you know, like the whole imposter syndrome thing. Was it really imposter syndrome or did I just not give a fuck about getting a degree? I don't know. I don't know. Has it always been imposter syndrome or just are these just achievements that I never too much gave a fuck about, but everybody else did? I I'm starting to believe that's what that is. I'm gonna be so real. I'm kind of glowing, but yeah, that's how I feel. I do think there's more to unpack though, but with time, I don't know. But that's just how I've been feeling lately. Because I also feel like even though I feel like there's not nothing wrong with me, excuse me, I still feel like there's like some type of not dark cloud, but maybe like some type of unclearness somewhere. And I think that's where it is. And I actually need to get that the fuck away from me thinking about it now. Because imagine like you just living your life and then you have other people's expectations just following you around. But it's like, how the fuck do I kick that shit off my back? I kind of don't give a fuck. I don't ever want to, when it's pertaining to me, I don't ever want to just be weary of other people's expectations. Kind of don't give a fuck. So I kind of need to find a way to like let go of that. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. This is kind of lengthy, but yeah, that's my morning. It's not even morning time anymore at this point. Yeah, it's almost noon. But yeah, that's what was on my mind or has been in my body. I just didn't know what the hell was going on. Shout out to Dochi. I don't even listen to her, but it's like her videos be popping up on my TikTok sometimes. And I just see her in such a human being type of way. And I fuck with that. I fuck with her. Shout out to her. She just like unraveled some shit for me. But thank you for watching. I love you. Goodbye.